Hello, and welcome to the Foundational Course of Emotional Freedom Techniques, EFT. EFT is an educational self-regulation and stress management tool. It is not a substitute for medical or mental health care, diagnosis, or treatment. I am not giving medical advice, and you should consult with your doctor or licensed mental health care provider for any physical or psychological conditions. That being said, let's get started. Once again, hello and welcome to EFT. I'm Jeanette Angel, your instructor. I'd like to share a little about myself so you can get to know me a little bit. I'm a certified EFT practitioner, Reiki healer, crystal healer, master sound healer, herbalist, Reiki practitioner, and a professional commission artist. For more than 30 years, I've immersed myself in art, alternative healing, and natural medicine. I have participated in endless studies about health and wellness and the benefits of herbalism, crystal healing, sound therapy, art therapy, EFT, homeopathy, olive oil and balsamic vinegars, loose leaf teas, and aromatherapy through essential oils, as well as intuitive and energy work. So here's how I came to love the art of healing. In 2007, I was diagnosed with rheumatoid arthritis. Faced with a rapidly debilitating and intensely painful autoimmune disease, I dug deep into my archives of natural medicine remedies to get help my body desperately needed. In 2013, I opened a retail store in Grass Valley, California called Olive Vitality. I became a highly respected certified olive oil judge and taster, as well as an educator. There I had the privilege of helping thousands of people get high-quality extra virgin olive oils and vinegars, teas, essential oils, and to help understand the benefits of each through my teachings. I had regular classes. Then in 2021, I was diagnosed with a rare form of breast cancer and underwent bilateral oncoplasty reduction surgery to remove the cancer. Understanding the need to combine modern medicine with alternative healing was what saved my life. I went through a 1-year course of chemotherapy and radiation treatments through a port that was implanted in my chest. But today I'm completely cancer-free and I have full use of my hands and extremities. I'm healthy, strong, and vibrant and able to paint for hours and hours. One thing to note here that I've learned over the years is that there's no magic pill and no magic formula for healing. Each of our bodies are unique and on our own journey of life. In my opinion, health and wellness is about creating a collective tool bag of sorts that you can pull from when needed. My kids lovingly call me Dr. Mom for this very reason. So moving on, my classes include aromatherapy, art therapy, EFT, of course, sound healing, learning the tarot cards, crystal healing, herbal remedies and tinctures, and how to support your chakras. I also bring my background as an extra virgin olive oil judge and educator, sharing the benefits of extra virgin olive oil, balsamic vinegar, herbal teas, and essential oils. I'm collaborating with my co-founder of Mend to create a series of classes including prenatal care, cancer support, and chronic pain support. So keep an eye out for those. Let's get into it. In today's class, we're going to cover what EFT is, how it works, the basic tapping points, and a little homework at the end. EFT stands for Emotional Freedom Techniques, or tapping, and it combines elements of cognitive and exposure therapy, focusing on a specific problem and words with gentle tapping on acupuncture-related points on the body. A simple way to describe EFT is emotional acupressure plus mindful language, I think would be the best way to describe it. It involves focusing your attention on an issue and tapping on specific points on the body. It's often used to help regulate stress, anxiety and worries, overwhelm, cravings, addictions, difficult emotions, some types of pain, performance issues, things like that. EFT is like emotional acupressure that you can do yourself while talking about what bothers you. EFT works by combining focused awareness on a specific issue with gentle tapping on acupressure points on the body. This process helps calm the nervous system while allowing the brain to safely process emotional experiences. It creates a bridge between the mind and the body, supporting both emotional and physical regulation. The first step in EFT is identifying a specific issue to focus on. This could be an emotion, a memory, a physical sensation, or even some limiting belief that you know you have. The more specific the focus, the more effective the process tends to be. This step brings awareness to what needs to be addressed. And awareness and observation is everything in any therapy and healing that you do. Becoming aware. Next, you'll rate the intensity of the issue on a scale from 0 to 10. What this does is it helps create like a baseline so that we can track progress throughout the tapping process. It also encourages mindfulness and awareness of how the issue feels in the moment. So, for example, maybe you're feeling anxious. Who's feeling anxious these days? Everything's so peaceful and calm in the world. So on a scale from 0 to 10, how anxious are you feeling? 3, 4. So 0 is nothing, is total euphoria, calm, and 10 is climbing out of your skin, the most anxious you've ever felt. We want to try and catch it somewhere around 3, 4, 5, 6 at the most, so that we can tap on it a few times and bring that down, bring it back down to 0, get the anxiety gone, okay? So we work with a few different techniques to do that. One is called the setup statement, and that is used while tapping on the side of the hand, this right here, okay? This is kind of this meaty part of the hand. It typically includes acknowledging the issue while also affirming your self-acceptance. For example, even though I've had anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. And we'll say it 5 times. Even though I've had anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have had anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I've had anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I've had anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. So this step helps reduce resistance, and it prepares the mind and the body for change. So during this step, you'll tap on a series of acupressure points on the face and upper body while focusing on the issue. These particular points, meridians, they correspond to energy meridians that are used in traditional Chinese medicine. So the tapping sends calming signals to the brain, helping to reduce the stress response while the issue is being addressed. Once you've completed a round of tapping, the individual pauses, and then you reassess the intensity of the issue using that same 0 to 10 scale. Most people notice a decrease in intensity. If the number is still high, additional rounds of tapping can be done, adjusting the language as needed. EFT is a process that often involves repeating the tapping sequence multiple times, and sometimes the phrase changes. Something new will come into your awareness that you realize maybe the other thing I was tapping on wasn't the core, and now I've peeled that part of the onion away, and now the next layer is up for my opening and regulation, right, to open up to. So as the intensity decreases, though, new thoughts, like I said, emotions and aspects of the issue will generally come up, and they can be addressed in subsequent rounds, which allows for deeper processing and release. And as the emotional charge decreases, individuals often feel calmer, clearer, and more balanced. Sometimes you'll notice a yawn will come, or the hiccups, some kind of release, some kind of physical shift, a big deep breath, sigh, things like that. So this is where the integration happens, right? The body and the mind begin to register the issue differently. Over time, this leads to the lasting change in emotional responses and overall well-being. So powerful. So tapping on specific acupressure points has a direct effect on the brain. Research shows it helps calm the limbic system, which is responsible for our fear and emotional responses. When we tap while focusing on a stressful thought or memory, we're essentially signaling to the brain that it's safe. This allows the intensity of the fear response to decrease, even while the issue is still present. The calming effect of EFT extends beyond the brain and into the body. Studies have shown that tapping can lower cortisol levels, which is our primary stress hormone. As cortisol decreases, heart rate slows and the nervous system begins to regulate more effectively. This is why many people report feeling physically relaxed and more grounded after tapping. One of the most powerful aspects of EFT is how it helps reprocess difficult emotions and memories. When someone recalls a stressful or traumatic experience while tapping, they're doing so in a calmer, more regulated state. This allows the brain to update how that memory is stored in the database. Over time, the emotional intensity fades and the connection between the memory and the anxious response becomes weaker. It's beautiful. As emotional intensity decreases, it becomes easier to shift that perspective. You've always looked at it this way, and suddenly we're going to kind of shift our perspective. EFT helps interrupt negative thought patterns, and it creates space for new, more supportive beliefs. People often begin to feel more compassionate toward themselves and less overwhelmed by their emotions. The process supports greater self-acceptance and long-term resilience. And I can't stress that one enough. Okay, friends, here we go. In EFT, we use specific points in the body. As I've mentioned, they're known as acupressure or meridian points. These points are part of the body's energy system, and they've been used for thousands of years in traditional Chinese medicine. So we're going to gently tap on these points while focusing on an issue, and it'll help calm the nervous system and restore balance to you. To complete a full round of EFT, you start with the karate chop point and the setup statement, then move through each of the tapping points in sequence while repeating a reminder phrase. The process can be repeated several times, adjusting your words as needed, until the emotional intensity decreases. So let's take a look at the tapping points up close. The karate chop, or side of the hand point, is located at the outer edge. See if I can get my hand in the screen here. Where is it? There it is. Is at the outer edge of the hand between the wrist and the base of the pinky finger. It's commonly called the karate chop point, and this is where we begin the process by repeating the setup statement. So you'll tap with the fingers of your opposite hand while stating your affirmation. You'll tap each point with 2 to 4 fingers, whatever feels comfortable. I generally use 2 fingers. That's just my preference, whatever feels comfortable to you. And you'll tap 5 times with me, right? And we talked about our setup statement already. Even though I've had anxiety, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Right? We're going to do that 5 times. But this is the technique. And you can tell I'm not going boom, 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 boom. But I'm also not going tap, 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 tap real light. I'm getting in there a little bit. I'm getting in there a little bit. Okay? The eyebrow point is located at the beginning of the eyebrow, as you might expect. It's right above the nose. So I'm just going to take my glasses off for a minute. So you can tap on, by the way, you can tap on either side of the face, either side of the body, whatever feels comfortable. You can use your right hand, you can use your left hand. It makes no difference. Sometimes I alternate, just do you, okay? But the eyebrow point is located at the beginning of the eyebrow, right above the nose. So it's right in this area, right here. There's almost a little divot right there that you can feel in your bone structure. So you'll use 2 fingers and tap gently while focusing on the issue or repeating some kind of a reminder phrase. For example, we were working with anxiety. So let's say you could just say, this anxiety that I've had. This anxiety that I've had. Keep it real simple. Moving on to the side of the eye point is, you guessed it, found in the bone at the side of the corner of the eye. Be careful to stay on the bone, not too close to the eye itself. You'd think I wouldn't have to say that, but just do that. Don't get into your eye, okay? And we're going to tap on the bone itself. And you're going to continue tapping using those 2 fingers. Let's go this way. Using those 2 fingers while maintaining focus on the issue. So where were we? So we were on anxiety, right? So we were on the eyebrow point, and we said, this anxiety that I've had. This anxiety that I've had. Okay, and again, you're not slamming your face, but you're also not feather light either. You want to feel it a little bit. The under the eye point is located on the cheekbone directly below the pupil. This point is associated with the stomach meridian. I mentioned that before. So again, tap gently while continuing your reminder phrase. So we are right here, okay? Right on this bone. You'll feel it. This anxiety that I've had. This anxiety that I've had. I release this anxiety that I've had. We can tweak the words. We can change it up a little bit. Under the nose point is located between the bottom of the nose and the upper lip. It's a small area, so you want to be as precise as possible when you're tapping this area in here. I don't know why, but I love this spot. It really resonates with my body. You may find something like that too, a particular point that just really resonates with you. It's all good. But we're going to tap right here. This point right here. I'm releasing this anxiety that I've had. The chin point is found in the crease between the lower lip and the chin, not directly on the chin itself, but in this crease that we all have, right in here. So you'll tap with 2 fingers while staying focused on the issue. And the issue is this anxiety that I've had. I'm releasing this anxiety that I've had. It no longer has a hold on me. To find the collarbone point, locate the collarbone and move about 1 inch down and 1 inch to the side. Hopefully you can see. So 1 inch down and about 1 inch to the side of the notch at the base of the throat. So this can be tapped with a whole flat hand, or it can be tapped with your fingertips. And you'll also notice that it's typically a sensitive spot. So you can go on one side or the other, or even closer to the center. You could do both hands. Whatever feels good. I'm releasing this anxiety that has had a hold on me. I release the anxiety. The under the arm point is located on the side of the body about 4 inches below the armpit. It's roughly where a bra strap would be for women, where it sits. So you'll tap using your fingers, the 2 fingers. You can even use 4 fingers, whatever, to cover the area, whatever you need to do. So I'm going to try to show you here, and it's here. And you'll also be restating and staying focused on the issue, of course. The top of the head point is located at the crown of the head, and you can tap using several fingers. I tend to put my hand like this, and you can tap using several fingers, like I said, in a gentle circular motion. So this is typically the final point in the tapping sequence, and you're still staying focused on the issue. I release the anxiety that's had its grip on me. I release the anxiety that I've been feeling. Okay, everybody, you made it to your first practice session. So now we're going to put this all into practice. We're going to bring it all together. We're going to have a full, from beginning to end, tapping session together. So the first thing we do is we pick a mild stressor, okay, or a mild annoyance. Something that, let's just say, is a 2 to 5 intensity out of a 0 to 10 scale, okay? And we're going to rate it from 0 to 10. And I want you to write the number down, because the mind has a way of playing tricks on us sometimes. And you may say, oh, I'm at a level 5 with whatever this is. And if you don't write the 5 down and you finish the tapping session and suddenly you're at like a 2-3, you kind of think, was it really that bad, or was I just imagining it? So I want you to write down the number just on a scrap piece of paper, whatever it is for you. That is what is real and true in this moment. Then we're going to tap, then we're going to re-rate it, and we're going to see where we are. Okay? So I'm going to choose something different because we've been working with anxiety throughout the whole class. And I'm going to create a setup phrase for us that is, maybe you struggle with this, maybe you don't, but I think it's something most people can relate to. Please feel free to do whatever it is that is good for you, okay? This is just one idea. So my setup phrase is going to be, even though I have not felt like enough, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Can anybody relate to that? Ever not feeling like you're enough? Yeah, that's what I thought. So that's what our setup phrase is going to be. So we're going to do the karate chop on the side of the hand, and we're going to do that 5 times. And I just keep tapping the whole time that I'm saying it. And it goes like this, okay? We're going to go like this. Here we go. Even though I have felt like I wasn't enough, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have felt like I wasn't enough, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Number 3, even though I have felt like I wasn't enough, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have felt like I wasn't enough, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Even though I have felt like I wasn't enough, I deeply and completely love and accept myself. Okay, that's the setup. That we've primed the brain, okay? Now we're going to tap all points using a short reminder phrase like, not feeling like I'm enough, something like that. Here we go. We're going to start with the top of the eye. Even though I felt like I wasn't enough. Some days I feel like I'm not enough. I hate feeling like I'm not enough. I know that I am enough. I'm free to be me and feel enough. I know that I'm enough. Even though I felt like I wasn't enough. And ending with top of the head. Even though I felt like I wasn't enough. Big breath. Center a moment. And re-rate yourself on a scale from 0 to 10. I feel like I'm a 1, 2. I'm feeling pretty good. But what if you're not? What if you started out at a 5, 6 and you're feeling like a 3? Well, what do? We do it again. Okay? We tap again. We repeat the cycle. You don't have to go blasting right into it. You can take a moment and pause. Calm, center, and start just at the top of the eyebrow. Even though I haven't felt like I'm enough, I feel like I'm less than everybody else. I feel like I started later in life than everybody else. It makes me feel insecure. It makes me feel less than. Even though I have felt like I'm not enough. Even though I have felt like I'm not enough, I know that I am. Breathe. Find your center and re-rate it. Have you come down to 0? Do you recognize that I see you as enough? I see you as so much more than you already are. And so do a lot of other people. We're always our own worst critic, aren't we? So let's find that center and know that we're enough. And know that we're good to move forward just as we are. We're all on our own journey. Notice any changes in your body, breathing, tension, thoughts. Pay attention to that. Write it down. Keep a journal of your EFT sessions so you can track your progress. Congratulations, you made it to the homework section of our foundational EFT class. So the homework is practice 1 tapping round daily on some mild stressor from the day. Make sure you give it a rating from 0 to 10 before you start so that after you're done tapping, you can re-rate it and see what kind of progress was made. Take note of any changes in intensity, mood, or body sensations or experiences. And it's really helpful to actually jot that down in a little notebook so you can track your progress. Have fun with it. Don't take it too seriously. Be light and enjoy. Thank you for spending the last, I guess, maybe 45 minutes with me. I respect your time and I appreciate it. At Mend, I lead the personal mindfulness courses with a focus on learning that hopefully feels warm, genuine, and supportive. And again, I thank you for spending your time with me, and I invite you to get in touch anytime. And I'd like to close with a short poem that I wrote as I learned to love exactly who I am on my unique journey. I'm an artist. I am a cancer survivor. I am a mother. I am a sister, daughter, and auntie. I am a friend. I am the goddess within. I am grateful. I am love, trust, and compassion. I am a healer. I am strength, health, and honesty. I am an artist. So thank you once again, and in the garden of life, thank you for letting me walk amongst your roses. Have a very blessed day.